how do you define economic development, and what do you see as the government's role in economic development?
Well, certainly, the government is responsible for setting the tax policy in the region. So when we look at economic development in the year 2010, I got to say, unfortunately, we've got to go up against cities that are oftentimes willing to dole out more incentives, so to speak, to businesses. So that's put us in a tight position. We have to be competitive, and we have to use incentives where appropriate. That doesn't mean we give them out willy-nilly. I think there needs to be a justifiable need for these incentives, and any incentive that the city or county does needs to be justified by a cost-benefit analysis. So as far as, setting a tax platform or a competitive business environment, the county and the city and all regional players need to have a hand in that till. Another thing I'd like to mention about economic development is something I've talked about before. It's the NCAT building, the National Center for Aviation Training, and that itself, I hope, can turn out to be what would be called a factor endowment for skilled labor here in Sedgwick County. This is going to make, people who need this type of services come to this area because they know that they're going to have a readily supply of highly trained and skilled labor. So, outside of that, there's a ton of little things we can do, from helping, I'm just a customer service guy. And I'll tell you, when people call me that I represent, or maybe I don't represent them, I'm going to do what I can for them or get them the right way. And I think that is something that to be said in itself, is, to have a government that's willing to listen and invite you down and meet with you and communicate with you, I think is definitely part of the puzzle.